views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Welcome to the hit show Sheer Alchemy with Leslie Fonteyne on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Get ready to stir up your passions, identify your blocks, and shift into an entirely new existence. Just say yes to explosive abundance. Leslie Fonteyne is a transformation catalyst and clairvoyant who uses her intuitive and energetic gifts to catapult listeners into living the life they were born to live. Whether it's shifting from scarcity to abundance, from emotional pain into joy, or from illness into health, Leslie will help you step into the true essence and power of all that you are with the help of the Ascended Masters and Archangels. You will not be the same. Now, here's your host, Leslie Fonteyne.
Hello there, this is Leslie Fonteyne. This is Sheer Alchemy. This is the show where we want to transform the current experience we're having into something so much greater, something so much more magnificent, something that is totally worthy of you and that transforms you into becoming an example of what you want to teach others. If you could just imagine teaching this to children while they're in school or when they're finding out, either that they're too short, too tall, too gangly, too intellectual, not enough of this, not enough of that, getting the critical feedback from parents, from teachers, so many things that affect us and wound us so young. Have you not wondered sometimes why people keep saying, oh, they're young, they're resilient, they'll get over it? Why is it that so much of us never forget what happened to us when we were growing up? So this is a show that we want to take some of those experiences, those realities that have been blocking you to this point. Your heart space is totally desiring to create something fantastic. Another part of you that's sitting in the wounds is not able to get the mojo going. And we want to release that, right? Aren't you tired of that? Aren't you tired of being in this place where you circle round and round to this same roadblock? This show is about doing a balance between attraction and action. Some of us are stronger in our actions, have to have something going all the time, have to do our work with the radio going, the TV going, the Twitter going, the texting going. And some of us are very much into intentionally drawing everything, and maybe we lack a bit on the action side. So we want to talk about this, about all that we are. How do we step into all of that? It's not just our personality. So often we hear, well, it's my personality. This is how I am. I just let things happen. I just let it go. I don't get so uptight. Well, let's go into the essence of some of that. Then there's those that have zero, self-control, way on the other extreme, and they explode at everything, react to everything, and that's a bit much. So what are we attracting in any particular moment in our lives, and what are the actions that we're being guided to take or not take that will allow us to step into all that we are? I'm going to go ahead and give out the 800 number today because we are really going to do some shifting with some of you. And even if you don't call in, I hope you will do some of the exercises that we walk through here. The number to call in is 800-930-2819. 1-800-930-2819. So what I want to talk about today is when we're setting intentions and we have a visual, we're really, really clear on what that intention is, and we're drawing it to us. And then there's a part of us that doesn't want to take action. We get very excited about the idea. We're really turned on about it. We're so thrilled about it. But then an inspired idea comes to us, and it requires action. And part of us just stops. We don't do anything. We don't like the idea that we have to do something. when we hit that place, when we hit that thing that's coming up for us to do, often it's kind of a challenge to our comfort zone, isn't it? It's asking us to step into something a little unique. So remember, we're talking about spirit guiding us. We're talking about getting inspired ideas after we've set this massive intention out to the universe. And within a millisecond, we say to ourselves, well, I can't do that. Well, that's not reasonable. That's not very logical. Well, I don't have money for that. Well, who's going to help me do that? So I'd like you to recall in one of the visuals that you've had, one of the intentions you've had, where you got some guidance. Now, you know you did. You can't tell me you didn't. And then, very quickly after that, the critical voice came in, or the voice of reason, you might call it, or the voice of reality. I have a lot of my clients call, and they'll tell me, Leslie, I want to do this and I want to do that, but the situation is, or this person's energy just really interferes with me and I can't make it happen. Does that not sound like we have stepped into a place of being a victim? Now, I use that word not as a critical word, so I know that there's a lot of you that hear that word and the hackles go up on the back of your neck. So try not to do that. Go with me a bit on this. When I talk about being a victim, I talk about it from the point of being reactive. I'm reacting to the energy of someone else that says, I can't be as grand as they are. I can't be as strong as they are. I can't allow my vision in this moment to override the vision of the other person. So the neat thing about that is that we start to identify the agreements and contracts we have to be less than, to be okay with not being in charge, to be passive, to let the other person make the decisions. Let's follow the string all the way through. What happens then is that we can continue to nurture resentment. We can continue to explain to the world how we can't create our dreams or we can't step into the vision that's been given to us. So just allow yourself to go all the way through. And then what does it do for us if we don't step into that thing? All right? If I were to tell you to let go of the story of being a victim, to let go of the story that you can't do X, Y, or Z because of. And I'm even talking to, whether you're sitting in a jail cell or whether you're with absolutely no funds. Nobody can stop you in this moment from developing a vision, an intention, and energetically shifting your field. So when I ask clients to just take 10 to 15 minutes a day to allow themselves to try to shift their energy field, to just draw in their intentions, to notice the blocks, and to make a decision in that moment to release, you would think that 15 minutes is 5 hours. It's a lot of time, but it's not a lot of time. In 15 minutes, you can shift your world. And in 15 minutes a day, I challenge you, what could you transform? What could you make happen for you? So let's walk through a couple of these intentions with our callers today and also follow along with those that are calling in with your desire, with something that's important to you. This is not a judgment or comparison period for us to talk about, who's got a greater dream than another. It doesn't matter if you just want to write a page today in your journal. It just doesn't matter. The fact is that you can do this and you can set your intention in that direction and energy around you will shift with you. So once again, the number is 800-930-2819. If you're interested in doing work with me, you can go to my website at lesliefonteyne.com, LeslieFonteyne.com. and take a look at some of the services that I offer to help you shift out of some of these old agreements that do not suit you anymore. And you can take a look at some of the other offerings I have as well to help you in your daily work. We're going to take a break, and then when we come back, we're going to take a call. So I hope you're ready with some thoughts about what you want to shift.
Welcome to Smile Big, nominee of Seattle's Top Dentist Awards. Here at Smile Big, we offer restorative, cosmetic, and preventative dentistry. Some of our regular dental services include tooth-colored fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, bleaching, cosmetic bonding, and complete smile restoration. Dr. James Rosenwald and Dr. Susan Abdener won't be smiling until you are smiling. Call now to schedule a visit with Seattle's top dentists. Our number is 425-454-4040. You can even visit our website at smilebig.com.
It's here, the 23rd Annual Women of Wisdom Conference, February 12th through the 16th. This year's theme is I Am We, Hearts Connecting Communities. Join us Valentine's Day. Maiden Mother Crone by Sinner Saint Burlesque will entertain, challenge, empower, confuse, embrace, and deeply engage the audience, weaving feminist activism and our sensory exploration for both ancient and modern myths about the feminine. Community building events include open space World Cafe dialogues with Inspirational Jane to explore important issues to women and a teen activist panel interwoven with intergenerational dialogues. Find out all the details at www.womenofwisdom.org. That's www.womenofwisdom.org. Register for a half-day workshop and bring a friend for 40% off.
Tired of traditional talk? People pontificating about this or that, the left or the right. Sometimes the truth is just all lost in the noise. Tune in each week to Straight Talk with Chuck Gallagher on TransformationTalkRadio.com, Mondays at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, as nationally known guests talk about what's important to you, your life, your concerns, and your success. Tune in and turn on to Straight Talk with Chuck Gallagher. Visit ChuckGallagher.com for more information.
Would you like to be a question with anything that comes up in your body or mind? Would you like to become totally aware and begin to function as the conscious being you truly are? Join Access Certified Facilitator Glenna Rice every month for a live teleclass where you can ask all of your questions and learn to create change in any aspect of your life. Visit GlennaRice.com today to learn more and don't miss the next call. Join the questionable conversation today at GlennaRice.com.
Grateful patients have been saying it for 25 years. When in pain, see Dr. Thayne. Dr. Thayne of Wellness One of Bellevue has been named one of the nation's top chiropractors by the Consumers Research Council of America, and for good reason. He has helped his patients recover their energy and vitality after car accidents, sports injuries, herniated discs, fatigue due to stress, the list goes on. The website is bellevue.wellness1.net. When in pain, see Dr. Thayne. That's bellevue.wellness1.net.
I get so lost sometimes.
Wonderful. So here we are back, and I'd like to take our first call. Who do we have, Benny?
We'll take Carol calling in from Kirkland.
Hey, Carol, this is Leslie.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I am fabulous. So I see that there's a business opportunity you're looking at?
I have a network marketing opportunity that I could definitely be growing more, and I just keep blocking myself from doing the work I need to do.
Okay.
I don't know why. I seem to have a belief that I don't deserve to have a good income and, not have financial worries.
Right. So this isn't your first time, though, having this feeling. So tell me about some of the other times when you've hit this, because there's this entrepreneurial side of you, right? And then there's this other part of you that seems to squash it down with unworthiness.
Right. So I don't know why. I guess because I came from a family that money was always a struggle, and it seemed like there was never enough.
Right.
And people who had a lot of money and no worries, to me, weren't, valuable or weren't living the real life.
So they weren't in reality.
That. Yes. How come they get to do that? They don't have any worries.
So see, I love this about you already, Carol. You're like serving it up just like I am asking people to do today, because sometimes, we want to slap on a happy face, put a smiley sticker on something, and we're not going below to some of the energetic stuff that's in our way, and you're doing it right off the bat. So congratulations to you.
Okay. So you do think it's related to some of my old history?
Well, it's also some things that you're sharing right now, right? Which is, first of all, what's reality? People aren't living in the real world if they've got money, and they're not having to struggle like I struggle. There's a little bit of resentment energy. And again, this isn't, I'm not talking about bad things, okay? I'm just talking about stuff that's in our field that we want to let go of because we want to be better. And that's your soul essence is just really going, we can do better. We can do way better, right?
I know that's true.
I know. So we want to kind of look at the history. So, some of your father's energy and all is coming up, and it just kind of like grabs you by the back of your neck and kind of like reels you back in, like, what are you thinking, Carol? And
right.
So some of the beliefs about people who have money and how they made it and where it comes from, we want to let go of that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because obviously you want to be one of those people that has money.
Right.
And so
I have enough money to live a comfortable life, but whatever I have goes away. I don't.
Right. And a lot of us have a threshold. We have a threshold. Well, I can't make more than this.
Right.
I can't have more than this. This is all that I really need. So can you hear all this? So in your energy field right now, do you feel all these limitations? Because this is what we want to get rid of, right? This is what we want to transform and shift out. Exactly. So that's what I love about, if we want to talk about reality in the spirit realm, this is it right here. We want to get rid of any beliefs that are limiting you. We want to get rid of any energies that tell you that if you become a successful entrepreneur, that you're not in the real world, right? Because we want to draw that into you. And we want to let go of your parents' energy a bit because they struggled. You don't have to. And that's hard for you right now, isn't it?
We had a beautiful home in a very expensive, exclusive neighborhood, and my father, who worked as an electrician, insisted that we had to sell that house because we weren't good enough to live there.
Wow! Woo.
And he did it, and we probably gave up, millions of dollars because of that.
Wow!
In our life.
And do you feel that limit for you? See, I mean, that's so perfect because one of the things I said to you was, what's your financial threshold? So already, do you feel his energy in there? There's a threshold, isn't there?
There is.
There is. Yeah. So in terms of your new business, when you start feeling the limit, okay, where does it show up? Does it show up when you're about to make a call? Does it show up when you think about what you want to do for the day? How does it show up?
I guess it shows up when I fail to plan my day with that work involved. I do other things, many other things that are helping other people. I'm a nurse, so I'm a caregiver, and I do a lot of things for other people.
Gotcha.
Instead of applying myself towards what I need to do.
Yeah, and then you can beat yourself up later, right? So I was talking earlier about shifting our energy. So I'd like for you to really, if you don't mind right now, just get a little centered. And I'm glad to talk with you after the show. Or you can go to my website and opt in, and at least you'll get my email, and you can write to me. And I want to track how you're doing. But right now, I'm just going to ask you: are you ready to let go of that limiting threshold from your agreement with your family? You willing to let that go?
Yes,
okay.
I'd like to let that go.
All right. And there's some loyalty that you feel, and that's okay. But you can do way better. We're taking the limit off right now. I'm going into your field. I'm bringing in the masters. I'm bringing in the archangels. We're going to start clearing out any core fear about you not being worthy. So in your heart space, it's really, really tight. So we're just going to release all your agreements to be disempowered. The thing about moving out of that house, Carol, was that was something that happened to you. You didn't have a choice. So we want to put you back in the driver's seat, which is that you were at choice, okay? So we just want to release out any of the victim energies that you can't control, you can't drive, you can't decide. And I want you to think about every day giving yourself 1 hour to create, to develop your plan, to just listen. I don't know if you do any meditation or any kind of clearing, but I have a couple of CDs that are very active. They're going to clear out some of this stuff that's in your way. But if you would do something like that every day and allow yourself to take the inspired ideas that come to you in your time, write them down, and then whenever you surface an idea or something comes to you about why you can't do it, I want you to follow that string and go, what is the rule behind this that's keeping me from stepping into all that I am? What is it that is not allowing me to shift? And then decide in that moment, do I want to hold on to this anymore or not? And that's a tough one for a lot of us. So I'm just continuing to work on your field right now, but I'd really like it. Do you do any kind of meditational work or any kind of spiritual work when on your own? It's okay if you don't. It's not a problem.
I don't on a controlled regular basis.
That's okay. That's all right. Just if you can begin.
I think the most meditative time I spend is like in the morning or at sunset, because I have a beautiful view of the sunset.
Well, in that beautiful view, I want you to imagine that Source wants you to have all that you desire, okay? And I want you to notice in your second, which is your security center, everything in you that's telling you can't have it, and just release all the reasons why you can't have it, and just imagine Source coming in like that beautiful sunset and just flooding your whole field. And I'd be glad to talk to you again after this show, but I think the most important thing you can do right now is to really pay attention to what comes up for you, all the limits, when you want to step into something that you want to create. And I'm going to walk us through a clearing a little later in the show that's going to help you. But if you can bring that up, then I think that you're going to make a huge difference in what shows up for you after this. Okay.
Wonderful.
All righty. I'm so glad you called.
Thank you very much for your time.
Of course. All right. If you are interested in an active clearing session that walks you through getting rid of the blocks, beliefs, contracts, energetic tracking devices, I mean, if you're a helper just as Carol is, it's such a great thing that there are people like Carol in the world that are available to help others. But sometimes, when you're hiding from yourself, and you're hiding from who you are rather than stepping into all that you are. Your fear is not going to kill you, so sit with it a bit, get real with it, and find out why that fear is staring at you and why it comes up to block you every time. Please go to my website, and you'll see some of those CDs. It's LeslieFonteyne.com, LeslieFonteyne.com. And there you will see my products, the services, and I think there's some things out there that will help you to shift on a daily basis. When we come back, we're going to walk through some more about balancing attraction and action. And remember, you're serving this stuff up right now to raise your vibrations. So appreciate the opportunity that's staring at you and go, wow, how do I want to do it differently this time?
Do you want to transform your life's trauma and challenges into the gift that your life was meant to be? It's time for you to take control of your soul journey to heal, grow, and shine. Manifest your destiny with Wendy Wolf, soul transformer, energy, and psychic healer. To start your soul journey, contact Wendy at healgrowshine.com or email Wendy at wendy@wendyrwolf.com and start your adventure today.
Wondering how to play the game of life and actually win? Stop wondering and start winning the game of life with the unique, incomparable Lynn Brown. Lynn takes everyday aspects of life and infuses them with the magic of soul and passion to help others. She wants to help you next. Lynn offers a myriad of spiritual healing, from chakra clearing, aura healing, to even corporate and business readings. Bring your game face and visit letter R, letter U, intuit.com or call 844-letter-B-INTUIT.
If you're one of the millions of Americans suffering from anxiety, you probably know how powerless and out of control this emotion can make you feel. This is why it is so important to remember that anxiety is created by your mind, which means that you can learn to use your mind to uncreate it. Hello, my name is Dr. Friedman Schaub. My award-winning book, The Fear and Anxiety Solution, provides you with a step-by-step breakthrough process to understand and resolve the root causes of your anxiety and build a solid foundation of confidence and inner peace. If you're ready to take your power back, visit thefearandanxietysolution.com. That's thefearandanxietysolution.com or call 866-903-6463. That's 866-903-MIND.
Get sophisticated with David and Philip Zarza. David and Philip touch on topics such as human potential, spirituality, pop culture, and purposeful living. Experience an insightful reading from David on what the universe has in store for you, or reconnect with a departed loved one. Philip can look into an issue or anything else you may be dealing with. Go to getsophisticated.com. That's SOPHISTIGAYTED.com or call 206-420-8660.
Tune in each Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific Time, 4 Eastern Time on Transformation Talk Radio to Limelight Radio with Katina Makris. This is an inspirational, cutting-edge radio show educating worldwide listeners on a diversity of Lyme disease-related topics. Each week, Katina will interview some of the world's leaders in health, wellness, spirituality, and human potential. For more information, visit limelightradio.com.
Hello there, we're back, and I want to give out the number again for those of you that want to call in. The number is 800-930-2819, and I want you all to appreciate yourself when you tell on yourself. This isn't something where someone comes in and shames you, as it might have been, in other circumstances. This is not about shaming. This is about exposing the energies that hold us back from being all that we are. And I want to give you an example of something like that. You can be having a really rough day. Has anyone ever had one? I think we all have. And in that very rough moment, even with someone screaming in your face and accusing you of horrible things, in that moment, did you know that you can still create? You are creating. Now, you're either succumbing and yielding to the one in front of you or the difficulties surrounding you, or you're choosing to shift your energy. And there is nothing faster to shift your energy than to bring in the Ascended Masters and the Archangels. How do you do that? Well, the way you do that is you call them in. They do not come in uninvited. And that is one thing about the spirit realm. They don't invade. Not like people, They wait for you to call upon them. And there's all kinds of great websites for you to check out who some of these masters are, the ones that resonate with you. Some of us have very scientific minds. Some of us are into wisdom and all manners of esoteric stuff. And some of us are very creative and masterful. There are just amazing, powerful light beings, energies, and archangels that you can bring in. And in that rough moment, and I'll honestly tell you, I had quite the experience of that yesterday. You can bring that in while this is happening and watch an incredible shift occur. So if you're going through that today and you're kind of hiding out and playing small and trying to avoid making someone mad and upset by not even speaking your voice, then this is a time for you to bring in some of those energies and make yourself grand. All right, some of you are thinking very small about yourselves. Let this be a time for you to expand your heart and say, wow, you know, if I pay 50% of the rent, I get 50% of the space. If I pay 50% of the rate, I, get 50% of the benefits. So what part of you is saying, oh, I only get 20, maybe I get 10, or I'm going to let the other person control the whole day, control my energy, and I'm going to wait until late at night when I'm exhausted before I do what I want. So once again, the number is 800-930-2819. And we are talking about how to balance attraction versus action. Some of us don't want to take action until we really feel like it feels good. We'll get guidance. Let's say you have your time in the morning and you get an inspired idea in your quiet time and you write it down. And then 2 hours later, you're not feeling it. You just don't feel like you need to do it. At that moment, I'd like you to check your field. I'd like you to see where you're feeling tight. Is it coming up that no one will respond, or I'm too scared to pick up the phone and call that person, or I don't feel worthy of the opportunity that this represents? Remember, when the inspired guidance came to you, it's all about the fact that it is possible for you. It's all about what you can do, what you can be, all right? But there are parts of us that are in agreement with some old energies from our past. We have core wounds. We have an inner child. We have all that gets in the way of us stepping into our dreams and our desires. And then what happens if we succumb to it is that becomes another day that goes by, another day that's lost. I don't need to remind you. I remind myself all the time. I'm here in this lifetime right now. And each day that goes by, I want to be at choice. When I am not at choice, I want to understand what part of me is agreeing to play small. And then I want to shift. This isn't about grandiosity. This is about your personal grandeur. This is about watching how Source comes through for you and can help you create, helping you to surface the feelings of unworthiness that show up when you are thinking of a dream that you have, something you want to make happen, and all of a sudden you just cave. Whose energy is that? All of us know, okay? All of us have a story, but this show today is about changing our story. So let's go to the phones now. What have we got?
We have Ivy joining us from Bothell.
Hey, Ivy, how are you?
Hi, Leslie. I'm good.
Oh, good. What's happening?
Well, I am feeling small. I wonder where all my courage went.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did something occur recently? Is this new, or has it been growing?
Well, I started a new job, and I fall into that pattern of, there's so much new to learn, and I feel so stupid because I don't know all this stuff, and where have I been for so many years? And
well, and the neat thing is that those were voices and lessons that you learned in the past, right? So let me ask you, and if you follow your own rhythms, when you learn something, I used to tell people, look, I'm going to be useless for 4 weeks. So don't talk to me until 4 weeks is up, because then I'm going to have it. I'm going to know how to feed back to you. I'm going to be able to tell you everything that you need to know. So I know for me, when I'm learning something brand new, if it's technical or if it's, some project or whatever, that's about 4 weeks. Mm-hmm. So what is your rhythm? What have you found in the past? How long does it take you?
Well, like you say, 4 weeks to kind of get comfortable, and then there's always something new to learn.
Yeah.
But I guess what's different this time around is I don't feel the confidence, the courage. I used to be the kind of person that's, oh, well, I'll get in and learn it. And, I'll learn it when I learn it. And,
right.
We're doing a review tomorrow for a pay raise. And I took a job at a lower entry-level wage just so we could get to know each other.
Yeah.
So maybe some clearing or some help on that for tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm definitely getting the smallness part, and I feel that, but I also would like you to check in with kind of a higher mental consciousness right now. If you can, just go there, and I want you to almost see yourself putting your emotions to the side and telling your inner child, hold on a minute, and let's take a look at what you've achieved. And Ivy, you've achieved some things. I'm already getting that.
Mm-hmm.
You have. You've accomplished some things. You've gotten some things done. Now your emotions are wanting to come in, and there's all this terror about being judged, right?
Yeah, right.
And there's just some fear that they'll even let you go. I mean, it's real extreme.
Well, yeah, and if they let me go, then there's something on,
And then that's the ultimate horror. That's the ultimate horror, right? Because you are helpless. This is the view that's coming through. You're helpless. You can't create. You can't manifest. It'll all be, down the toilet. So I want to bring in some of the masters and archangels right now. I want you to bring them in as well right now. If you can just, allow yourself to just attract and draw in your light beings, your support team, your job support team, all those that have been working with you. And I know, and a couple of times you've brought them in where you felt confident. It's not a total, I'm not confident. You've had times, you've had the experience. So sometimes when we're shifting, and Ivy, you've been on this path for a while, right?
Right.
So you've been shifting for a while. One thing that happens is that we can get dislodged from our old moorings. We used to do things a certain way. Now we have a new way of doing that. I have that happen all the time. And so every time our vibration shifts, every time we go through a change, it's almost as if we have to start over. It's not like as extreme as having a stroke, but sometimes it can feel like that, like you're having to relearn how to operate in the world. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay, so your heart space right now, we're really going to expand open that heart space right now, and we're going to bring in some beautiful light for you. We're bringing in some support. I'm just seeing some of the masters right now just holding your heart space. And I'm handing over your inner child right now to Divine Mother. And you're going to be talking to her right now about the fact that we can handle this. We've got this one. Now, first of all, one thing that happens when you bring in spirit, nobody can get rid of you. You're there as long as your vibration is needed. So right now, when you think about the gifts that you've provided that place and the things that you've shared there, I can already tell, first, your spirit level is tremendous. So second, there are some things that you have created for them. And you can make that list of all that you have made happen there. And now we're going to draw in your abundance. Bring in the abundance archangels now. Bring in your team. And I think you have an idea of what you'd like the raise to go up to, right?
Yeah.
All right. So now we're going to clear out any of the interference that says you can't have it, that because you don't feel confident, it can't happen. So we just want to let go of all those feelings. That's not what's driving the bus now. We're clicking in with your higher self. And I want you to really work tomorrow as you go in, not showing up alone. And you know what I mean. I want you to bring your team in. I want you to fill that room. We're just clearing out any of the negative energies now, just releasing those out already. We're just clearing the path before you between now and your appointment. Doing a wash now in your heart space, just clearing out a lot of the old agreements of fear. And just every time something surfaces, don't worry about not powering it out. Just go, I release that. I release that. And I desire everything for my good and the highest good of everyone involved. So you're there for a lot of reasons, Ivy. You're not there just to have a job right now. So there, if you could keep your mind on that, your job is a way that you've gotten into that place.
Yeah, because I enjoy creating a good atmosphere for the people that come in, and you know, like you say, if the confidence, I don't need that right now. I just need to work at
this is a whole
not
new
trying
deal.
to power through.
Yes, you're just bringing your team. Okay, you're going to have a huge difference in how you handle this, knowing your team is with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd love to talk to you about it later if that's helpful to you. But otherwise, don't worry about it. Just just know I'll be holding space for you through the whole thing.
Great. I feel so much better.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. All righty. Well, Benny, I think it's time for a break. And when we come back, we're going to wrap up how we can take a look at our field and not be afraid. Hi, I'm Leslie Fonteyne with Sheer Alchemy on Transformation Talk Radio, and here's your tip of the day. Standing in your power should be the greatest thing in the world. Why isn't it? When I ask you to bring an intention you have up before you, something so true and important to you, and you begin to shift toward it, you suddenly realize you're opening your heart and energy in a direction and turning your back on something else. They can be past choices, people, and circumstances you've tolerated for a very long time. In that moment, you do realize how truly powerful you are and that you can do this. But you also realize you might risk something you're not certain you're ready to let go of. Let's give ourselves the gift of our own power. Let's learn to not be afraid of it. Join me on my new show, Sheer Alchemy with Leslie Fonteyne, and visit me at lesliefontaine.com or call 678-665-3366.
Put a little woohoo in your life with Keys. Keys Clear Protein Waters have 22 grams of smile-making, attitude-adjusting protein in every bottle. Did I mention its tongue-tingling taste? Not just another guilty pleasure. With Keys, you'll enjoy every low-sugar sip and freedom from gluten, lactose, and GMOs. Who needs the fountain of youth when you can find Keys on Amazon or at Keys, Kees, please.com. Put a little woohoo in your attitude with Keys Protein Water.
In retirement, will you have enough money to live life on your terms? Everyone has retirement questions, so ask Ameriprise financial advisor Jeff Packman about the new Confident Retirement Approach. You and Jeff can break down retirement planning step by step to get the real answers you need. Call Jeff Packman, financial advisor, today at 425-453-0272. Office is located at 601 108th Avenue Northeast, Suite 1800, Bellevue, Washington, 98004. The Confident Retirement Approach is not a guarantee of future financial results. Investment advisory products and services are made available through Ameriprise Financial Services, Inc., a registered investment advisor. Ameriprise Financial Services, Inc., member of FINRA and SIPC. Called the Oprah of radio by her listeners. Award-winning host Dr. Pat Baccili is blowing the doors off of traditional talk radio. Get ready for an energizing delivery and powerful interviews with leaders in the field of human potential. Dr. Pat's fresh, new perspective on living life full out has catapulted her show to the top of talk radio. Tune in and Dr. Pat will help you thrive instead of merely survive. Visit thedrpatshow.com. That's THEDRPatshow.com for listening times in your area.
Sky Siegel co-hosts one of today's most popular psychic shows, Angels and Answers, with Artie Hoffman, as she communicates healing messages from the spirit world. These messages can be astounding, enlightening, and life-changing. Born with the God-given talent of inner guidance and the amazing ability to heal, Sky has healed thousands of people. Schedule a reading with Sky now. Call 908-500-1474 and visit skyofangels.com.
And here we are again with Sheer Alchemy. I hope some of you are taking on the transformation challenge, taking on the alchemical shift. That's your opportunity. Just know that whatever gunk is showing up is right on time. This is Leslie Fonteyne, and just delighted to be here. This hour has flown by. If you want to call in as our last caller, we've got time for one more, 800-930-2819, 1-800-930-2819. We're talking about the boldness to address what shows up. So often we've been told to put a smiley face on things. We've been told to not feel what we feel, to put it aside. It's not appropriate, or people don't agree with how we look at the world. We've been told that, we're a little different, we can't relate, so we try to coerce ourselves into the rules of our environment. There's only so much of that you can do if you're on the path of raising your vibration and checking in with your soul essence and your higher self. So all of us hit the wall at some point. It's some kind of an implosion that we experience, and so we're taking a look at what do I need to do in this moment. All of us have hit that proverbial wall if we're on this path at all. Sometimes we think, well, gosh, the good stuff's just not following, or happening fast enough. Well, were there some order of things that you were asked to take on that you didn't follow? In other words, Spirit came to you and said, you need to step outside and start taking a walk every day. And then you argued and said, what I need to do really is go find a doctor to help me with X, Y, and Z. So sometimes there's an order of information coming to us, and it's a little different than the conventional instructions that we're getting from those around us. So think about some of that's come to you, and notice where you've said no and where you've said yes, okay? But your action plan often comes in a certain order. Sometimes we make ourselves sit in a chair for a very long time, and we're being guided to do something else, but we have these rules, and we go, oh, I can't do that. I can't step into that. So anyhow, what I'd like to do is take our next caller, and we will come to that in a couple of minutes. But while we're talking about that, let's look at how you can become intentional in your action plan for today. So let's drop into your spirit self right now and take a look at some of the intentions that are surfacing for you. Just notice some of the energies that aren't feeling that great, and go to the core of them. And notice what it's about. What is it that's surfacing that is showing up for you in this moment? Okay, so that's the core and the essence of what is interfering with you now. And the next question is, are you ready to let it go? So let's go ahead and take our caller.
Yeah, we'll take Anne from Northern Virginia.
Awesome. Hey, Anne.
Hey, Leslie. How are you?
I am doing great. What's going on?
I'm the one that I spoke to you by email.
Yes. Wonderful.
Yes, and I just got out of my hair appointment, so I quickly called.
Well, wonderful. What's going on?
Well, this past month in January, I was pretty sick and got the flu and sinus infection and so forth, and went through a lot of stuff. And then I went to get some craniosacral work done because my neck was kind of frozen. And I'm wondering as to whether my immune system was so just not according to the way it should be, or it's because of my empathetic ways that I just picked up on people, as well as my immune system. Because I think when you're so empathetic, that your immune system is compromised.
But there's more. You give away a lot too, Anne.
Yes.
Give away a lot of your time, a lot of your energy, and this is like an old thing as far as just, probably a good part of your life having your energy siphoned off by other people. Were you sort of trained to give away your energy and time growing up? A lot of us were.
Yes.
Yeah. So sometimes, if spirit can't get our attention, it uses lots of warning systems. And if you can imagine your energy field, right? It comes in way out there, and then it gets closer and closer and closer into our mental field, our emotions, and then our etheric, and then bam, it hits our physical. And it's like, okay, are you done yet?
Yes.
So there's this part of you, and that's the question for you right now in your heart space. I'm just getting a real beautiful resonance going on for you. Are you done yet?
As far as being sick?
As far as siphoning off your energy and allowing others to hijack your field, there's a lot that you've given away. Are you done with that?
I think this was the big one. This kind of hit me.
It's a shame when we have to get that, isn't it?
It is, but I think it was Spirit's way of telling me that this is it. So this is what you're getting in order to wake up.
Exactly. So right now there's a lot that's flowing out of your back, up your neck area, your back. That's where you carry a lot of stuff and a lot of worries, a lot of concerns. So let's just bring in some masters right now, and I want you to bring some in now. And we're just going to start letting this go. And we're going to do a wash with some pure essence energy throughout your field. And there's a lot in your second about, this is an old thing, not necessarily current, but who will love you if you quit taking care of a lot of other people who, it's a way of life that you've had for a long, long time. So we're just releasing this out. There's a shift you've gone through in the past, and you would hit this panic zone. In a way, like, how can I do that? I'm not sure I can do that. I'm not sure I can afford this. I'm not sure I can. I want you to let go of all of that. And I want you to allow Source to supply for you in unlimited ways. So we're just bringing in the medical teams now into your physical.
I love the term, my medical field.
Your medical teams, yep, they're coming in.
Team.
And there's a lot that's going to continue working after this show because, usually when I do work like this, there's a lot going on in there that I'd love to spend time on, and I'll spend a little time on after this show just working through for you, after we're off the air. But just notice the part in your heart. There's a little fear there about what will happen if you let go of some controls.
Yes.
So just release that.
Many years of that. Many years of that.
Yes, but now we're coming into Source abundance, right? We're coming into the fact that Source is unlimited in health, in finances. And so remember that the thought, the intuitive idea, the inspiration is unseen, all right? So it's the other way, right? You create it, that you allow it, and then it manifests, all right? So I want you to follow that path in your spirit. You know this stuff intellectually, but you have hit this wall on purpose, and this isn't, you're not done yet, so you don't have to worry about that. But there's a lot that's come to you, even during your craniosacral sessions. You've had a lot that showed up for you. And
a lot.
Yeah, I know. So I want you to note down, if you can, all the things that have shown up for you and that have been revealed to you. And I want you to ask yourself with each of these, okay, I'm done. I release this. I close off my field. I protect my aura. I'm not going to be wide open anymore to anybody that wants to take over my field, okay? So I want you to give that a shot, and I've got a CD that I think will really help you in terms of learning to protect your field. But that's where you are, because you've got a lot of service work to do.
For myself.
For yourself, and also in the spirit realm. You're a warrior. You've got a lot to offer.
Thank you, Leslie. Thank you very much.
Talk to you soon. All righty, Benny. Well, this has been awesome. I really appreciate all of our callers for surfacing what's going on in your fields. Thanks for being courageous and sharing it. And until next time, do not shy away from your alchemical shift.
You've been listening listening to the hit show Sheer Alchemy with Leslie Fonteyne on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Tune in each month to Sheer Alchemy with Leslie Fonteyne to stir up your passions, remove your blocks, and shift into an entirely new existence. Gifted, shifted, and powerful is what this show is about. Visit TransformationTalkRadio.com and LeslieFonteyne.com for showtimes and dates. Contact Leslie at LeslieFonteyne.com to schedule a transformative session that removes your blocks so that you can say yes to explosive abundance. You will not be the same.
Welcome to Smile Big, nominee of Seattle's Top Dentist Awards. Here at Smile Big, we offer restorative, cosmetic, and preventative dentistry. Some of our regular dental services include tooth-colored fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, bleaching, cosmetic bonding, and complete smile restoration. Dr. James Rosenwald and Dr. Susan Abdiner won't be smiling until you are smiling. Call now to schedule a visit with Seattle's top dentists. Our number is 425-454-4040. You can even visit our website at smilebig.com.
It's here, the 23rd Annual Women of Wisdom Conference, February 12th through the 16th. This year's theme is I Am We, Hearts Connecting Communities. Join us Valentine's Day. Maiden Mother Crone by Sinner Saint Burlesque will entertain, challenge, empower, confuse, embrace, and deeply engage the audience, weaving feminist activism and our sensory exploration for both ancient and modern myths about the feminine. Community building events include open space World Cafe dialogues with Inspirational Jane to explore important issues to women and a teen activist panel interwoven with intergenerational dialogues. Find out all the details at www.womenofwisdom.org. That's www.womenofwisdom.org. Register for a half-day workshop and bring a friend for 40% off.
Tired of traditional talk? People pontificating about this or that, the left or the right. Sometimes the truth is just all lost in the noise. Tune in each week to Straight Talk with Chuck Gallagher on TransformationTalkRadio.com, Mondays at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, as nationally known guests talk about what's important to you, your life, your concerns, and your success. Tune in and turn on to Straight Talk with Chuck Gallagher. Visit ChuckGallagher.com for more information.
Would you like to be a question with anything that comes up in your body or mind? Would you like to become totally aware and begin to function as the conscious being you truly are? Join Access Certified Facilitator Glenna Rice every month for a live teleclass where you can ask all of your questions and learn to create change in any aspect of your life. Visit GlennaRice.com today to learn more and don't miss the next call. Join the questionable conversation today at GlennaRice.com.
Grateful patients have been saying it for 25 years. When in pain, see Dr. Thayne. Dr. Thayne of Wellness One of Bellevue has been named one of the nation's top chiropractors by the Consumers Research Council of America, and for good reason. He has helped his patients recover their energy and vitality after car accidents, sports injuries, herniated discs, fatigue due to stress, the list goes on. The website is bellevue.wellness1.net. When in pain, see Dr. Thayne. That's bellevue.wellness1.net.
Do you want to transform your life's trauma and challenges into the gift that your life was meant to be? It's time for you to take control of your soul journey to heal, grow, and shine. Manifest your destiny with Wendy Wolf, soul transformer, energy, and psychic healer. To start your soul journey, contact Wendy at healgrowshine.com or email Wendy at wendy@wendyrwolf.com and start your adventure today.
Wondering how to play the game of life and actually win? Stop wondering and start winning the game of life with the unique, incomparable Lynn Brown. Lynn takes everyday aspects of life and infuses them with the magic of soul and passion to help others. She wants to help you next. Lynn offers a myriad of spiritual healing, from chakra clearing, aura healing, to even corporate and business readings. Bring your game face and visit letter R, letter U, intuit.com or call 844 letter B, Intuit.
If you're one of the millions of Americans suffering from anxiety, you probably know how powerless and out of control this emotion can make you feel. This is why it is so important to remember that anxiety is created by your mind, which means that you can learn to use your mind to uncreate it. Hello, my name is Dr. Friedman Schaub. My award-winning book, The Fear and Anxiety Solution, provides you with a step-by-step breakthrough process to understand and resolve the root causes of your anxiety and build a solid foundation of confidence and inner peace. If you're ready to take your power back, visit thefearandanxietysolution.com. That's thefearandanxietysolution.com, or call 866-903-6463. That's 866-903-MIND.